Okay, here I am. I'm in Maui. Yes, somebody has to do it. I am in Maui. It's in the morning. I got all fixed up for you. No, I didn't. It really is Maui. Look. You see that out there? Yeah, baby. Wow. So today, excuse me. So today I'm going to answer a question that Tom asked me from YouTube, one of my YouTube segments. He was just talking about, he asked me, okay, Lisanne, I sit on a workout ball at my desk, you know, one of those kind of bouncy workout balls as a chair. And people ask me all the time, is that a good chair to sit on? And he asked, how do I sit on it? So I would like to get into this conversation. This is a good conversation. First of all, there's pros and cons to those little workout balls. The pro is that when you sit centered on it, you are having to center yourself, constantly aware of centering yourself, which I think is a really nice thing. We don't have a lot of things in our society that ask us to center ourselves unless we're doing a sport. Like we don't carry anything on our heads. We don't use a tump line to carry things for on our back. I have a little story. Janet was a woman I met 25 years ago when I was writing my book. And she was telling me, and she showed me this, she had this chair that was two pieces of wood that they would put on their head, carry from town to town, and then they would put them together like two slates coming together, and they would have to sit in between them. And when they would sit, they had to balance. It's a squatting sitting between these two pieces of wood. And when they squat, they would like get their hair cut, she said, or something. And that if you didn't sit center, then it would fall over. Okay, so that was kind of cool. And she didn't let me have that chair. I wanted it, but she wanted to keep it. Shocking. All right, so that brings me back to the workout ball, centering on it. When you're on that workout ball, if you'll sit on your crotch, you see in all my videos I talk about sitting on the crotch. If you'll sit on the crotch, then you're kind of constantly aware when you're not centered right, because you want the least amount of work when you're sitting there. Okay? So relax your shoulders, relax your back, relax your belly, make sure your feet are flat on the ground. And the hardest part is going to be relaxing the thighs and the groin and the crotch area, because there's a tendency to hold. And that brings me to the con of using, pro and con of using the workout ball. The workout ball is actually going to cause you to have to, on a very subtle level, use your inner thighs and activate your hips some, because it's an unstable base. You want to sit on a stable base as often as you can. But when you're sitting on an unstable base and you're thinking, well, wait a minute, you just told me when that lady was sitting on those two pieces of wood, it was unstable. Yes, it was centering. As long as she was centered, it was stable. But the workout ball is dynamic. It's soft. It moves. It's constant. And you think this is like no big deal. It is a big deal. It's not on your conscious level probably, because you probably already have so many holding patterns in your hips that you don't even realize you have. No big deal. But the less holding patterns you have, the better. And so the more that you can sit and be relaxed, and you find out what releasing tension is and what relaxation is, because it's a discovery. It's not something we necessarily know real well. Then you will feel, oh wow, I am really grounded. Oh, my hips feel real heavy. I feel so solid. It's like a totally unique feeling. So, unstable bases are not great places to sit for long periods of time when you're just trying to relax and really be centered. But the workout ball does center you, causing you to constantly feel, oh, I'm going back, I'm going forward, on a very subtle level or not so subtle level. So that's the pros and cons. So what you want to do if you're sitting on one of those, put your feet on the ground. The lower that the ball is, like if you're short and you're on one and it's tall, that's not going to work for you, because you'll have to be on your toes and you're working really hard. But if it's a low ball and your feet are grounded, really think about letting go of the tension around the hips and the hip flexors and the abdominal area. And then just kind of move around till you feel, okay, this is centered. I feel centered here. Like I'm not working a lot. So the less you have to work, the better off you are. And the more that your thighs will let go and your thighs will release. And that's maybe another video. Yeah, it's another video. Well, I gotta go. You know, the wind is coming in. I have to endure this afternoon in Maui. It's just what I have to do. Someone's got to do it. Okay. See you next week. Bye.